Hi, in this class we are going to see basic concepts of psychology. This class is very interesting and very important for the examination point of view. There are so many points is extracted from different parts and it is given. So carefully make a note and make a use of it. Okay. Psychology as a whole can be defined as an area of science concerned with studying the mind and behavior. So this point we have to have in mind. Psychology is the study of mind and behavior. Okay. And this includes the areas of study such as cognitive, forensic, developmental psychology, and biopsychology. Okay, these are some areas in psychology, very important areas. The mind includes all the different internal processes such as cognition or emotional states. Some main themes or theories are important to understand. These include social influence, memory, attachment, and psychopathology. So one of the most influential theories of the memories was multi-store memory model developed by Atkinson and Shiffrin, okay, in the year 1968. Let us see what is social influence. Social influence in the sense, how our social conditions influence our mind and our behavior as individuals. Okay, the main process here are conformity, which occurs when we are influenced by the group. We identify with the obedience, which refers to compliance with order of an authority. You could have understand this one. Okay, and what is memory? Let us see. The memory was the main theory is multi-store memory model. It is developed by Atkinson and Shiffrin in the year 1968. Okay, what they identified in the sense, they identified three separate but interconnected structures. What are they in the sense? Sensory register, short-term memory store, and long-term memory store. So these three are very important. So make a note of it. There are three structures. Okay, that is sensory register, short-term memory store, and long-term memory store. Okay, these are in our mind. Okay, in our brain. All those three are, they are interconnected structures. Okay, but they are separate. Three different. What are they in the sense? Sensory register, short-term memory store, and long-term memory store. Okay, and later the investigations revealed that memories are even more complex than that. For example, we can identify episodic, semantic, and procedural memories within the long-term memory alone. See, this is a diagrammatic explanation for this. Okay. See, if any sensory input enter into the mind, it is recorded as sensory memory. Okay. Unattended informations, most probably it will be lost from our memory. Okay. So that is what sensory memory. And if we give attention for this memory, then it will retain for some time in our brain. Okay, that is called as short-term memory. Okay, if we maintain the rehearsal again and again, if we think over about that particular message or anything in information, that will be remain another short term. Okay, in the short term memory. If it is unrehearsed or unpracticed or unrecall, the information is lost. Okay. So why it is called as short-term memory. Some informations or some things what it has happened in your life will be stored in a short-term memory. If you regain again and again, if you remember again and again, it will be remember. Otherwise if you just leave it, in the sense it removed from your memory. Okay, so that is called as short-term memory. And if it is encoded in the brain, if it is encoded in the brain, then it will be stored in the long term memory. Okay, see, for example, I can tell you, when I was doing my MSc, one of my practical, that's why learning by doing is will will retain in our long-term memory. Okay, so one example I'll tell you. While I was doing my MSc, we have done one experiment. What is that? In the sense, it is the reproduction of frog, okay, or egg laying, okay, egg laying by inducing the hormone in the frog. Okay, so what we have done in the sense, we have collected the brain from different frogs, and we just okay, ground it in a mortar and pestle, and we injected into the frog. Okay, the next day the frog lays so many eggs. Okay, so this is induced, the frog is induced by the hormone, and it lays so many eggs. Okay, so what we have done in the sense, we have collected those eggs, and we have put in a nutritional liquid. Okay, in that we placed the egg. Okay, we took a petri dish, and we just fill it with a nutritional liquid, and we just put all the in the sense, very few eggs we placed in the petri dish, and we watched. Okay, so what happened the next day, that is, we just put the sperm also. Okay, sperm is collected from the male frog, and we induce the sperm, so fertilization takes place here. And this zygote formation, after the zygote formation, the zygote divides into two, and then the two cells divides into four, and the four cells divides into eight. This we are seeing through our naked eye. Why I am explaining now? In the sense, after 20 years I am explaining this in the sense, so it is in my long term memory. Okay, this process is in my long term memory. So completely that process is encoded in my memory. Okay, so we only in education, we have to make the students by learning by doing. It never forget from their mind. Okay, so keep this point in your mind, all the teachers. So whenever it is possible, make them to do and learn. Okay, so practical is very important, as much as importance as the theory. Okay, so make them to do with the practical. Okay, let them learn with the practical. So this will in the long-term memory. Some information may last over time. Okay, there also not all the things what is happening in the classroom, that and all I am not remembering, right? But I am remembering only the experiment. What is the output of the experiment, I am remembering. Okay, so that is what. Okay, so that's the difference between sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Okay, so whenever you want to keep anything in the long-term memory, in the sense, that must be in a higher level, that education should be in a higher level. Or see, sometimes some problem occurs to you, that is, it may frighten you, or it may make you very happy. Okay, there are two. If there is any issues happened in your life which makes happy, or which makes you to be sad. Okay, these two will be in your long term memory. Okay, how? In the sense, if you are very happy, in the sense that you can't forget from your mind. Okay, you recollect. Why? In the sense, the happy mood will be always recollected by you again and again. So per day, at least one time you remember that. Okay, so that will be keeping your memory for a long time. Or if anything sad things happened, that also come again and again in your mind, and makes your mind to keep that one. Okay, so this is what called long term memory. Okay, see, for example, you buy a sari, or you buy a very good dress, or anybody has given a gift for you, so you remember that person only for a short time. After that you forget it. Okay, that is what the short term memory. Understand? This is what and sensory memory, in the sense, if your friend come closer to you, and just close your eyes, and making you to surprise, in the sense, that will be a sensory memory. Okay, so that short time you will be very happy, and after that you just forget about that information, right? So all those things, so have this one in mind. Okay, sensory memory, short term memory, and long term memory. Here what we are going to see is psychopathology. What is psychopathology? Continuous stress leads a person, okay, continuous stress. If a person is in continuous stress, his brain cells will be affected. Okay, how? In the sense, brain is the major part which thinks about if anything happens in the society, or if anything happens in the classroom, or if anything happens in the home, okay, your father or mother, if anybody is scolded, or if anything, your teacher, or the society, in society something happened, in the sense that makes you, okay, you will be in a stress. So continuously we are not supposed to be. What we have to do, in the sense, immediately within 1 hour we have to come out from the stress. Otherwise your brain cells will be, okay, damaged seriously. So take care about your brain. See, nerve cells are damaged, in the sense the curability is very minimized. Okay, so we have to take care about our brain, and always keep your brain healthy. B complex vitamins makes your brain always healthy. Okay, this nourishes your brain. Which one? The B complex vitamins. Okay, so give importance to take the B complex food materials that keeps your brain always healthy. Okay, and another care what you have to do is, first one, food, the proper food you have to take. Second one, don't put any stress into your brain. Okay, because once the brain is damaged, your life will be very miserable. Okay, so take care about brain. Problems arises in our life. Nobody is without problem. Okay, everybody, in everybody's life there is a problem, but you have to learn how to come out from each and every problem. That is very important. Okay, don't put anything into your mind. Okay, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So just leave it. Within 1 hour you have to come out from that, what, the problematic life. Okay, you have to come out from the problematic life. So nothing will affect your brain if you come out. Otherwise there is a serious problem in your brain. The brain cells, okay, the brain cells, the microglial cells, and the neurons, most probably the neurons will be affected, and you will lead to what, psychosis, or depression, or bipolar disorder. There are very thing. Then you have to meet the psychiatrist, and there will be so many, what, 1 year you have to take the treatment for certain things. So don't put anything in your mind. Okay, nothing is going to worry you. Just leave it, just wipe it out just like a dust, and move forward. Okay, that is the thing. So these are all the disorders. What are the disorders? In the sense, psychosis in the sense, we can clear it with a microglial activation, and depression with microglial activation we can make it, and bipolar disease also we can give the activation. See, treatment resistance, severe symptoms. See, all these things happens, in the sense at last it leads to a suicide. Okay, so come out from whatever the problem you are facing, in the sense, just please come out from the problem. Okay, you stand outside the box and think why this occurred to you. Okay, you have to be outside the box, and you have to think about your problem. You just imagine this is your problem. You are not supposed to be inside the problem and think. You won't get the solution. Okay, so you have to come out from the box, come out from the problem. Then you have to analyze why this happens to me, how I can, okay, why this happens to me is the first question. How can I get rid from this problem? Okay, certainly your brain will give your answer while you're sleeping. Your subconscious mind will take the care about this problem, and it gives the answer, a very beautiful solution it gives. You can easily come out. Okay, so don't think about whatever it may be the problem. Don't think about much, and just put into your conscious subconscious mind and leave it. Automatically you will get the solution. Okay, See, I want to tell you what is microglia cells. In the sense, these cells are the immune cells of the central nervous system and consequently play important role in brain infection and inflammation. Okay, so if there is any infection or inflammation happens in your brain, these cells are very active and which recover your brain cells from that. Okay. So you can see this is the microglial cells. Okay, if it is diseased or injured, it will be like this. Okay, so take care about brain cells. This is the natural, the original one. If you are in sad or if you are in a mood out or if you are in a depression level, your brain cells will be like this. Okay, it is functionless. Slowly, you will lead to a depression. Okay. See, depression leads to, as well as psychopathology leads to so many things. In that, one of the important one is Alzheimer's disease. Okay, Alzheimer's disease in the sense it is memory loss. Okay, you can find some persons with the memory loss. They lost their memory, isn't it? That is due to the continuous thinking about something. Okay, something, if anything happens in their life, they continuously they think about that. Okay, so that leads to the memory loss. And again, one more thing, if you see, not only the brain, the complete body nervous system will be affected if you are continuously keep your brain under stress. Okay, so take care about that. If brain is affected, in the sense the complete body will be affected. Okay, each and every organ will be affected. Nervous system supplies the message to each and every part, right? So if that main system is affected by the stress, in the sense the complete body will be affected. Okay, you can see so many things happened in this. So this is called Parkinson's disease. So take care about body and how you keep your brain healthy. In the sense, there are two things. One is vitamin B. Okay, vitamin B, in the sense it is a complex, 9 vitamins will be. So take care about your health, brain health. That is very important. Okay, as well as do yoga. Yoga also takes you out from all the stress. Yoga, in the sense, not a physical exercise, mental exercise. You can do meditation. Okay, you can sit calmly. That is enough. That is enough. 30 minutes, if you sit calm, if you face any stress or any problem, sit calmly for 30 minutes. It is very difficult to sit calmly, but if you want to keep your health, in the sense, you have to do this one. Okay, no other go. Nobody will help you. Okay, whenever you face a problem, in the sense you are the only solution. You have to you have to find that solution for that problem. Okay, so just keep your mind calm, you will come out. Okay, so here we can see some important points. Okay, the multi-store memory model was expanded by Bradley and Hitch. Okay, 1974. It was developed by Atkinson and Shiffrin 1968, but it is expanded by Bradley and Hitch 1974. Okay, and according to the stages of the attachment identified by Schaffer and Emerson in 1964, attachment, in the sense attachment of the children. Okay, primary attachment develops in the first 7 months of the infant's life. First 7 months after born. Okay, the attachment, what attachment it is? Primary attachment develops. Okay, next point, see, based on the research conducted by Ainsworth, we can identify 3 types of attachment in children. One is secure, next one insecure avoidant, and insecure resistant. Okay, so there are 3 types of attachment: secure, insecure avoidant, and insecure resistance. Okay, so these 3 attachment found out by the Ainsworth in his research. In this one interesting experiment we are going to see, it is conducted by Lawrence 1935. Okay, he studied on geese and find out the attachment can only develop up to a certain point in early development. Okay, this period is called as critical period. He's that scientist. Okay, he's doing the experiment with the geese. Okay, what he has done, we can see now. He took a large clutch of goose eggs and kept them until they were about to hatch out. Half of the eggs were then placed under a goose mother, while Lawrence kept the other half hatched in an incubator, with Lawrence making sure he was the first moving object the newly hatched gooselings encountered. Okay. When the geese hatched, Lawrence imitated a mother's duck's quacking sound, quack, quack, quack. Okay. So upon which the young birds recorded him as their mother and followed him accordingly. The other group followed the mother goose. Okay, so Lawrence found that geese follow the first moving objects they see. This process is known as imprinting and suggests that attachment is innate and programmed genetically. Okay, so this is a beautiful experiment done by Lawrence. Okay, Conrad Lawrence. He is the scientist. Harlow did an experiment on rhesus monkeys to find out how far they are attached with their mother. Okay, so what he has done for that, he took two surrogate mothers. One is made up of wire with a feeding bottle, that is artificial nipple, and one mother is without any feeding, but it is rolled with a soft cloth. Okay, so now he left the monkey inside the room and he is examining. What he examined in the sense, the monkey always attached with the mother with a soft cloth, and it is not going to the wired mother. Okay, only for feed it is going, only for the food it is going, and the next moment after completion of its food it is coming and hugging the soft cloth mother. Okay, so from this he come to the conclusion they need comfort. Okay, they expect more comfort from the mother. Let us see here. He is Harry Harlow. He was trained as a psychologist, and in 1930 he was employed at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. His area of expertise were in infant caregiver relationship, infant dependency and infant needs, and social deprivation and isolation. He is also well known for his research using rhesus monkeys. Okay. What happens when attachment does not develop? John Bowlby's monotropic theory argues that a healthy bond between a child and a caregiver is necessary for the child's developmental and psychological outcomes. He argued that maternal deprivation, which prevents the formation of such a bond, can even lead to psychopathy. Okay, so we only what the psychologists say in the sense, the age, that is from the age 1 to age 10, if it is possible age 15, the child should be under the care of the mother. Okay, then the connection is so beautiful and the child develops with a good mental ability. Okay, so take care about that. Psychopathy is a neuropsychiatric disorder marked by deficient emotional responses, lack of empathy, and poor behavioral controls, commonly resulting in persistent antisocial deviance and criminal behavior. So one should take care about their mental health. That leads to a very good life. Okay, maternal deprivation is a scientific term. Maternal deprivation is a scientific term summarizing the early work of psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, okay, John Bowlby, on the effects of separating infants. Infants should not be separated from their mother. Okay, infants should not be separated from their mother. If it is separated from their mother, in the sense, the mind will be totally disturbed. Mind will be totally disturbed for the infants. Okay, so infants should be always with the mother. Next one, see, there are several approaches. What are those approaches to understand the psychopathology in the sense? First approach is called as the behavioral approach. It looks how our experience might strengthen or reduce pathology. Okay, next one, cognitive approach identifies thoughts and beliefs as factors that contribute to psychopathology. The biological approach explains disorders in terms of abnormalities in neural functioning or genetic predisposition. See, all those things makes the psychologist or psychiatrist to easily identify about their problem. Okay, so there are three approaches to identify the problem or identify what or to reduce the psychopathology in a particular person. In that, number one is behavioral approach. They observe their behavior and identify what is the problem. Okay, next one is cognitive approach. In what way he put out his views, what is his problem, everything will be identified by approaching cognitively. And next one is biological approach. Okay, this through their action also we can the psychiatrist can identify very easily by this approach. Okay, that is called as biological approach. Milgram's agency theory explains how situational factors can lead to people following orders from an authority figure even when the action is against their conscience. Milgram identified two states in which we perform action. One is the autonomous, the another one is the agentic state. In the autonomous state, we decide to act independently of external influence. Therefore, we feel personally responsible for what we do. However, when we are given orders from an authority who can punish us if we disobey, we switch to the agentic state. We no longer feel personally responsible for our actions. After all, the decision to act was made by someone else. This way, we can commit an immoral act that we otherwise won't. Basic schools of psychology. The basic schools of psychology include psychoanalysis, behaviorism, humanism, cognitivism, functionalism. So these are the 5 different schools of psychology. Okay, one is psychoanalysis, second one is behaviorism. This is very, very important. And humanism, cognitivism, functionalism. Okay. One of the first modern schools of thought in psychology is Freud's psychoanalysis. Okay. So he's the father of psychology, Sigmund Freud. This school argues that mental health problems stem from unresolved conflicts, past traumatic experiences, and repressed contents of the unconscious mind. By bringing the unconscious into consciousness, it aims to alleviate people from psychological distress. Behaviorism. Another school that emerged in the early 20th century is behaviorism, pioneered by researchers such as Pavlov, Watson, and Skinner. These people are very, very important. They have done so many experiments on behaviorism, okay, by observing the behavior of the other animals. This school focused only on studying the behavior rather than the hidden psychological processes. This approach argues that all human behavior is learned. This learning either occurs through forming stimulus-response association or through the feedback we receive from the environment. That is, rewards and punishments. If they do good work, then they will be rewarded. If they done any wrong work, it will be punished. Okay, that is what the teachers are doing. If the children are studying well or if they take a very good score, then the teacher reward the child. Otherwise, the teachers are giving some punishments to improve their improve them in studies. They give some punishments. If they have done any mistake, also the teachers will punish them by giving a small punishments. So that is what. Humanistic psychology is often associated with Rogers and Maslow. This is very important point. So in this class, I have given very, very important points collected from different areas. So make a note of it and share this video, okay? And apart from this, there are so many important videos I have given in the description box. So go through the description box and make use of it and chat to your friends, those who are appearing for this competitive exams. Okay, this is very useful for TNPSC DO exam as well as the UGC NET examination. So share to your friends. Okay, and let us come to this. Humanistic psychology aims to create an environment of unconditional positive regard where people feel safe to develop true insight into their identity and needs. Okay, so humanistic psychology is very beautiful subject. This is the main aim of this subject is to create an environment of unconditional and positive regard. Okay, see, whenever we are speaking to others or sharing any views to others, share in a positive way that makes your life so high. Okay, so that is what now this humanistic psychology is doing, right? Cognitivism. Around the same time, there was the development of cognitivism, an approach which is in contrast to behaviorism, studies the internal psychological processes, whereas in behaviorism, we have studied the external behavior, whereas in cognitivism, we are studying the internal psychological process that influence our experience. Okay, so the focus of cognitive psychology is to understand how our thoughts, beliefs and attention can influence how we respond to our environment. Okay, so cognitive psychology deals with our thoughts, beliefs and attention. Okay, how we are influencing or how we are responding to our environment, right? Coming to the next one, it is functionalism. Okay, functionalism is an early approach which shifted the attention of researchers from breaking mental processes down and creating structures that would represent them and their basic elements to developing an understanding of their function. Okay, for example, instead of breaking anxiety down to its causes and basic elements, functionalism proposes that we should focus on understanding the functions of anxiety. Okay. See, let us see this one, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. See, a human being has so many needs. Okay, so what is our basic need in the sense? This is physiological need. Okay, food, water, shelter, and warmth. This is very important in the point, the examination point of view. So make a note of it. First and foremost, one is that physiological need. Okay, this is given by Maslow, so it is called as Maslow's hierarchies of need. So first one is physiological need. What is that? One human being or human being needs food, that is a basic one. Next one is water, shelter and warmth. Okay, and next one, security in the sense safety, employment and assets. That is some we need financially, we have to be sound. Okay, so that is security. If anything happens, money is very important, right? So we can spend if we safely save it. So those are all called as safety. Okay, safety measures. So employment is very essential for a human being to run their family. Okay, and there is some sort of assets, we have to save it for our future need. Okay, so social in the sense family, friendship, intimacy, belonging. See, we have to have a very good family, we have to have very good friendly relationships and intimacy. A close friends also we should have. That is close friends in the sense if anything happens in our life, we have to share it, isn't it? We have to share it. That is called as intimacy. And a close relationship, close relatives, father, mother, very good father, very good mother, okay, very good siblings. So these are all very important. And belongings. Okay, so these are all coming under the social need. Next one, esteem, self-esteem need in the sense self-worth, accomplishment, confidence level. See, whatever it may be, we have to have the confidence. Our confidence level should be nearly 50, just above 90% only. Then whatever the problem we face, we can withstand. Okay, nothing will happen to us. So we have to build our confidence. That is very, very important. Okay, psychologically, mentally, we have to be very strong, very strong. Okay. Now, self-actualization, inner fulfillment in the sense, there is, we have a subconscious mind, right? And what we call inner, or it is called a soul. Okay, the soul is nothing but a inner mind. Okay, so we have to keep ourselves happy. First and foremost importance to whom we have to give, in the sense it is our own self. Okay, ourself we have to give very, very, very importance. Why? In the sense, if you are happy, then you can do, or you can make others happy. If you are not happy, you can't make others happy. Okay, so that is the policy. So make yourself happy first. Whoever think about you, or whatever you're doing, whatever, in the sense, go in a right way, do in a right way, and be happy. Okay, so that is what this one, inner fulfillment, whatever it is necessary for our inner mind, what is your requirement, everything others won't know it, isn't it? It is yourself, you only know that. So fulfill your inner, what is that, what you like, you do it. Okay, so that is what this one, you have to be happy, your inner mind should be happy, your inner self is happy. That is how you can do, in the sense, only through meditation. Sit aside for 30 minutes in the morning and in the night before going to bed, and after getting up. Okay, 30 minutes you spend for yourself. This 30 minutes makes your life to another level. Okay, so these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 needs are there. That is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First one, psychological needs. Second one, security. Third one, social. Fourth one, esteem. And fifth one is self-actualization. So let us recall this class. Psychology as a whole can be defined as an area of science concerned with studying the mind and behavior. So this point is very important. Psychology is a study of mind and behavior. Number 2, psychology includes areas of study such as cognitive in the sense, or study about the mind, and forensic, developmental psychology, and biopsychology. One of the most influential theories of memory was multi-store memory model developed by Atkinson and Shiffrin. After that it was what? Expanded, isn't it? That also we have seen in the class. Based on the research conducted by Ainsworth, we can identify 3 types of attachment in children. That is, one is secure, insecure, avoidant, and insecure resistant. Okay. And next one, if you see Lawrence Gee's study, this you all know that he acted like a mother, and he has given the name, given the sound as a mother. So a group of geese, they followed him. Okay, this experiment was done in the year 1935 by Lawrence. Okay. Next one, Harlow's experiment. This also you all know. Rhesus monkey. The monkey, than the feed, after feeding, it needs a certain comfort. So that's what find out by Harlow's. Okay, by using rhesus monkeys on his research. Okay, Harry Harlow was trained as a psychologist, and in 1930 he was employed at the University of Wisconsin Madison. Okay. Next one, Milgram's agency theory explains how situational factors can lead to people following orders from an authority figure even when the action is against their conscience. Okay. One of the first modern schools of thought in psychology is Freud's psychoanalysis. First modern schools of thoughts. Okay. So this you have to have in mind. You have to keep this one in the mind. First modern schools of thought in psychology is by Freud's psychoanalysis. John Bowlby's monotropic theory argues that a healthy bond between the child and a caregiver is necessary for the child's developmental and psychological outcomes. And next one, by bringing the unconscious into consciousness, it aims to alleviate people from psychological distress. Thanks for watching and subscribing this channel. Very important video links are given in this description box. So go through and make use of it. Share this video to your friends, those are appearing for this competitive exams. This class is very useful for UGC NET as well as TNPSC. So make use of it. Thank you. Thank you so much.